Hello, welcome back to A Journey to a Mile. Back with you today on another product that we want to go over and do an overview on. This is the Garmin Xero C1 Pro Chronograph. So as you can see by this box, relatively small product. Seen a few reviews on this, excited to get this open up, and I'll give you my impressions of it as well. I don't expect much in the box, so we'll get this open and then go from there. Yeah, as expected, pretty simple in here. So we have the actual chronograph itself. There is a tripod, small tripod that's included right there. And we have a USB cable to charge that up and connect it. And then, of course, the manual for that. So real simple. For this, standard 1/4 by 20 inch threaded tripod mount, so we can just kind of screw that right on, get that lined up. One of the nice things with this over some of the other chronographs is obviously the small footprint, lightweight, carry it in your bag, simple there, but also just the speed of setting this up. You get this put out, obviously point the non-screen side, the back of this towards downrange. You'll need this within a certain distance of your muzzle. The unit will tell you as you go through exactly where that should be placed, so it's a good reminder. And you go through and just create your sessions with all the different settings that are applicable to you, and you're ready to go. So it's very simple. We'll show that out in the range here and let you take a look at it. Go ahead and go into a new session. It's a rifle round. Go to the 1700 to 5000 foot per second velocity range. We're going to enter the weight of our bullet here. We're at 140 grains. And this is giving us our position where this needs to be at. And we'll go ahead and get this started. So again, this is with a brand new barrel, has not been load developed yet, using factory ammunition, so not expecting too consistent result. Just wanted to check out how this Garmin is reading the velocities. All right, let's go ahead and get our first round down. Okay. Adjust our camera here a little bit. All right, let's get another round down. My table is not the most stable, so I need to weight that tripod a little bit. Something interesting to note. All right, let's see if we can get one more. See if we can keep that table a little stable this time. And we'll see how this goes. Put some load on that bipod. All right, and we'll get that back out so you can see. Okay, so like I mentioned, not super consistent on these yet, but really just testing out the Garmin, so it's served its purpose for today. So let's go ahead, if we click OK on here, it'll give us a list. We can look at our shot list. It'll give each of the individuals. As you can see, first two rounds, fairly close. This last one quite a bit slower. If we go ahead and, go back, I can come into a session summary as well. And this will give me my minimum, maximum, and average, and what my spread and standard deviation is on there. So quite a bit of information that's available. As you can see, picked up the shots very quickly. especially with it bouncing around a little bit. So need to get this on a little bit better stable platform, but wanted to get this video out to you right away so you could take a look at how in general it is operating. Okay, we're going to try this out on a 22 long rifle rimfire rifle and see how well this picks up on the ballistics on that. It's a pretty small caliber, so let's give this a shot. So I'm going to go ahead and go into a new session. Here's a rifle. This is going to be the slower velocity. And I am going to enter the weight, but let me check what this is at. So our weight on these rounds is 40 grain. So let's go ahead and set that. And I have that. I have to be within this distance, so we're going to give that a shot. All right, we're going to just run a couple rounds through this, see if this picks up on that 22 okay. All right, here we go. So there's our first round. Let's try again. And one more. Okay, so fairly consistent. Let's go ahead and try one more round through here. And we'll run a fifth round, make sure it picks up on all five. So as you can see, even with that small caliber, picked up the velocity very quickly, easily read, easy to read display. So very happy with how that's working so far. So as you can see from that range footage, as expected, this tripod definitely could use some stability. But in fairness, the table that I was set up on really was moving quite a bit, was not on stable ground at all. So any little bit of recoil at all was causing this to shift quite a bit. I also had this in a less than optimal position on the rifle, simply because of the lighting and trying to get the camera to pick up the screen properly. So that played a big part in why that was jumping around so much on the 6.5 Creedmoor shots that we took. Obviously a lot less movement on that 22. That was not moving the table nearly as much. And so that really made a difference. Takeaway there is obviously establish a good secure platform, whether you do this from a prone position on the ground, whether you have just that solid platform, that table, so that this is not moving around at all. Or if you want to use some type of a mount, there are mounts that you can get that attach onto your rifle, not onto the barrel. I don't recommend attaching anything to the barrel, but if you can get this to mount onto your handguard or some other part of the rail within your rifle, that may be an option for you as well, so that you can have a good stable platform for it. As you can see in the video, all the operation is done through these buttons that are on the top. Fairly easy to use, very self-explanatory as you go through those. I did catch myself trying to tap on the screen a few times, get so used to our phones, but this is controlled through the buttons, not on the screen itself. So keep that in mind as you're using it. All in all, very happy with it. Obviously, I don't know how consistent I'm going to get with that rifle yet. Those are just some initial rounds through using factory ammunition, so it was very inconsistent on the results, not where I'd like it to be. But we will, continue to work on load development, and we'll keep this along so we can measure that. And I'll let you know if I see anything that changes in the perception of how it's reading. Happy with how quick it was, the response time, how easily it picked up even on the 22 rounds that we ran through it. And so excited to get this out and use it more through the rest of this journey. If you like this type of content, please hit that like and subscribe button down below. Throw your comments down below as well. Love to hear if you've had an experience with this, if you're using other chronographs, what you're having, and just in general, what you're doing to stabilize that platform. That was one of the little challenges I had, so I'd like to hear that from you as well. So look forward to more videos coming up very soon, and you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you.